So, hey guys, we are now live. This is Artificial Fun episode 5, I believe. And I'm joined with Cameron today. Unfortunately, Chris and Matt are not here because of Easter, and they've got other engagements with their families and stuff. I've actually got an engagement right after this, so this will be quite a quick video today. It's not going to be huge. Basically today we wanted to. There's a few topics. Quite a few things have gone on this week. Nintendo's Direct obviously hit during the week, which is probably the main thing that we're going to be talking about today. Then there were some other discussion topics that we're going to be hopefully discussing in the coming weeks, which I'm going to make sure I note down. One of which is one of the topics that we wanted to discuss is when should DLC be accessed for free? Should DLC be free? Should we have to pay for it? It's a question that we all ask, and we've been asking for years. You have companies like Valve who offer DLC maps for free, but they have DLC add-ons which you can buy, like hats and weapons in TF2 and stuff. But then you have games like Battlefield and so on, who charge you for maps and guns and upgrades and all this sort of stuff. So we wanted to basically discuss that. Where's the values? Connecting those. Obviously, Halo 5's Guardians release date was announced during the week, so we might want to discuss Halo 5. And we talked about Halo Online last week, I think. Going to Russia for PC. Yeah, we talked about that. Also possibly talking about Assassin's Creed Chronicles trilogy, and have Ubisoft are they just releasing too many Assassin's Creed titles now? And too quickly?
Yes.
Because we've just literally seen Unity come out and hit rock bottom, and at the same time as Unity came out, there was another one that came out as well.
Yeah,
there was Unity.
Can't even think of the name.
Yeah, and there was another Assassin's Creed which was completely dwarfed by Unity, even though Unity was so bad. And then now they're bringing out Chronicles.
Rogue is what it's
Rogue.
called.
Okay, and then Assassin's Creed Chronicles, which is 3 games. It's one set in Russia, one set in China, one set in India. So we will hopefully talk about that this week or possibly next week. Star Wars Battlefront reveal trailer will be debuting, so we might talk about that. And then obviously, the Nintendo Direct, which is the main thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron, did you get to watch the Nintendo Direct?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Anything that you're particularly excited about?
A few things. I'm just like, shit.
Yeah.
Few things. I'm just like the 200cc in Mario Kart.
Oh my God.
It was a pain in the ass to beat 150 with like random items flying at you all the time. Like, I usually play well, I steer well, I'm well ahead of everyone, and that just makes you a target.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah, no, the 200, when I saw the 200cc Mario Kart thing, my jaw just opened. I mean, I was excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to give... I haven't got any of the DLCs for it yet, but that's just an update. As far as I've seen,
my thoughts are going to be
good. That'll give me some play value.
My thoughts are going to be that when you have Smash Brothers and you have people you play with different item sets, so you can play with all items on, or you can have manic mode or I can't remember, frantic mode I think it is, and all those sort of things. But then if you want to do pro playing, like if you want to play Evo or whatever, that
no items box, only 200cc.
Basically, you could do that in Smash Brothers, which is like Final Destination, no items, and you only get 5 lives or whatever, or 3 lives or something. I can't remember what it was.
Depends on the game.
Yeah, I think Evo rules were 5 lives. I can't remember anyway.
Melee is 4 lives, or original Smash is 5. Melee is 4.
Sure.
Brawl was 3 lives for some reason.
Well, Brawl was a lot
this new
slower.
one seems to be 2.
Brawl was a lot slower than.
I guess the next one's going to be 1 life.
If they make it any slower. But like, but basically, yeah, 200cc might be the new pro karting experience. Possibly.
No items, 200cc. That's what I want.
That would be an amazing. Cause that would be really really cool because it just shows.
Or just like boost items like that. I'm just tired of like blue shells and stuff that there's no way to dodge with just skill. You need RNG to actually have the right item to stop it.
What annoys me is that I love Mario Kart and I love playing it with friends and stuff like that. So in the situation where I'm just playing it with friends and we're having a massive laugh, blue shells all the way.
Yeah.
You know, when you can use the terms "Welcome to Mario Kart," "Welcome to Bloodborne," "Welcome to Dark Souls," these sort of things, it's brilliant. It's hilarious because you're just doing exactly what the game wants you to do. But like when you actually go to like a tournament, like I know that in London we have tournaments at our like 3DS tournaments and stuff like that. And it's
just Mario Kart tournaments.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
We had a Mario Kart 8 tournament when it came out, and it was so irritating because like people who were obviously better players and had been playing for longer, and obviously you're meant to be taking it with a pinch of salt or whatever, but it's still like a tournament that you're trying to win like prizes and stuff. And it would be nice to actually be able to show, well, yeah, these guys have actually been playing for longer. So, yeah, no, I really like the inclusion of this 200cc mode, and I'm looking forward to the DLC for the what was that
with Animal Crossing.
The Animal Crossing set.
That looks like a nice stage. The new stages always look really nice. It's just, I mean, I haven't put any money down on getting them.
Oh right, okay. You haven't seen have you not played either of the DLC?
I have, just at a friend's place. We were trying to get 150 and mirror mode done.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, I didn't get them myself.
Yeah, me and Chris have managed to complete that eventually. So we're looking forward to that. What else did they go? They brought. They talked about loads of things. They were talking about that. So the new amiibos, the Yoshi amiibo.
Oh man, the Yoshi.
Get over how adorable.
I already have a regular one.
Oh, you have a regular, but that yarn amiibo.
Everyone wants that.
I want it. I haven't even got a Wii U, and I would happily buy the game just to get that amiibo.
What I want to know is if that Yoshi works the same as this one in Smash.
That would be really really cool. Or imagine if they did like a yarn hat or something, or like Yoshi becomes yarn in Smash Bros.
Or if they just like have an extra skin or something.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like not because they've already done like pink, blue, yellow, all that sort of stuff. So if they just had a yarn version, I can imagine them doing that. So that'd be really cool.
The thing is, it would be kind of weird with his attacks not being like yarn themed, but it wouldn't really be that big a deal. It'd just be a skin and it'd be fine. I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, I mean, like we're not up in arms because when you look at the final smash of the fighter and that he's like the same as Greninja or whatever, people aren't like, they just copied it. The only thing that I think people were pissed off about was Pit being dubbed.
Yeah, Dark Pit. There's just like it's two of the same guy. There's not really enough difference between them to justify a second character.
Did you ever?
That's the only issue. It should have just been a skin, and that'd be fine.
Well, because everything else was a skin. And then suddenly they just gave him a black version and a white version of the same thing. And they actually took the time to give him a separate move set. A very slightly different move set.
But just different balance.
But then they have Falco and they have Fox, who have exactly the same final smash. And it's like, you've chosen to put the effort into giving Dark Pit and Normal Pit a completely different final smash.
It's weird. Falco shouldn't have a landmaster because
he
wasn't in that level. It's just
so
it doesn't make sense. He doesn't have a landmaster.
I don't get it, but no. Well, actually, that's something I wanted to ask about. Was Splatoon? Did you get to play? Have you been able to play Splatoon in any? Like,
I haven't.
Because you went to PAX and stuff. Oh, no, you didn't.
I never played it. The
Right.
Nintendo stuff was just packed when I was there.
I didn't get to play it, but there's something that bothers me about the art style. It feels like it's like Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't really care. I mean, I don't think I'll really get into it.
It feels like it's one of those. When I look at it, it looks really entertaining. I will say that, and I probably, if Chris got it, I'll probably play it a lot.
The mechanics are pretty cool. Like it looks like there's a lot of play value in there.
And it looks. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really interested.
And it looks really fluid as well.
Yeah.
The gameplay looks really fluid. What?
You're like spraying paint around.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's really fluid. It's just like you could say the same about Mario Sunshine.
But the only thing is, the art style does bug me. Like, seriously bugs me. It just makes it feel like one of those freeware games that you see on Nickelodeon.com or whatever. Like when I was like 10 years old playing those games.
I agree.
And by the way, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm really nasal because I'm suffering from a cold this whole week.
Because you're a nerd.
And because I'm a nerd. No. But I've been suffering from a cold all week, so sorry about that.
Back to Smash, one character that definitely did need to be made and has enough difference to actually have a second character, Lucas. Yes. So glad Lucas is coming back.
Everyone was really happy about that, I think.
Yeah. Everyone wanted Lucas in there. Lucas is just better than Ness, really.
Although I hated the way that they depicted him in the film. It's just this crybaby, like, pathetic.
And then Ness shows up and saves him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it ruined his persona, because I think a lot of people even didn't want to play as Lucas just for the fact that Ness is... Lucas is basically the asshole.
Maybe. But yeah, Lucas is just such a good character. His moveset, like, just the differences in it, just make him...
I'm not too familiar with their movesets, because whenever I played as them, I think other people can probably agree with me, but if they've not played them much, but whenever they're really confusing movesets. Like if you want to do a jump to save your life, like the B up and B.
Oh, that
you have to fucking
confusing at first if you don't know what you're doing.
And having to move things around. It just really, really frustrated me.
Once you get used to it, it just kind of happens.
I can imagine. But no, I never got used to that. One thing I'm really happy that they're bringing is Mewtwo. Mewtwo is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I just like how Lucas has better knockback usually. Like his smash attacks are just better knockback. They just hit farther.
Yeah.
Ness is a lot more based on stunning, and as far as finishes, you just want to like grab and back throw, and then you just throw them right off the stage. Yeah. I don't know. I just prefer Lucas.
Okay. I'm like I said, I've not actually played as them, so for the most part, I've just been wanting to. I'll give it a try. Actually, I'll give it a shot when I go back over to Chris's house. Are they bringing him to the 3DS version as well?
I believe every character that they're adding will be on both.
I thought Mewtwo was just for the Wii U.
No, he's on both.
I didn't check. Sorry. So also okay. And then there's the other thing, which is really cool, is this whole thing where we're going to be able to vote on what characters we want to bring to Smash Brothers, which is going to answer a lot of people's desires, I think.
And is going to be the butt of so many jokes.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen like the reckless Wiimote guy?
No.
Oh man, I need to find
Reckless,
that.
reckless remote guy.
Uh, like you know the guy on the Wii startup thing. There's like the
Sure.
safety information thing with like the guy swinging his arms around and like smacking people in the face.
Guy swinging his hands around. Maybe.
I hope I can find it. But it's just like demonstrating that like you shouldn't be smacking people with the Wiimote. Here we go.
Send it to me over Slack. Right.
I'll put it. No, I'll put it in the stream.
I can't see this stream.
Oh, I'll do it on both then. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. So basically, I can't see. This is something I wanted to say is because we do have, when people are talking to us over the stream, I can't answer anything because my upload and downloads are not fast enough.
You could open the stream and pause it, or you could pop out chat. Both of those would work.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do that then.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about it now.
I won't do it now. I'll do it next time then. I'll give that a go. It's just normally I can't stream at the same time as streaming to the thing because otherwise it just messes everything up. So vote.
But yeah, that reckless safety information guy.
Final Smash removing the safety strap. Okay, if you guys haven't seen this, I'm going to.
I mean, if they have Wii Fit Trainer,
yeah,
it makes sense.
The screen cap
it
of that,
totally fits.
So you can see.
I love it.
So what we have here, let's see. So we've got. So this is the reckless safety notice man. This is before every game?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember. So we have, so we have the side specials. So I'm guessing that's A and sideways, yeah.
Yeah.
So reckless flailing, up special reckless tornado riser. So it's going to be basically the same as Link's tornado riser.
Pretty much.
Neutral special base and friend projectiles. Down special imitating Just Dance. Yeah. And then Final Smash removing the safety strap. Was it just literally him just taking the safety strap off and throwing it at something?
I don't know. I just love it.
Yeah, I think we can all get behind having that as a new character. I think in all seriousness, I think we're probably going to be seeing a lot of people voting for things like Ridley.
I don't want that.
I think
Ridley's just. I never wanted Ridley. Like he's great just being in a stage. That's all you need of Ridley. Maybe. He really shouldn't be a playable character.
No, I think he should be a playable character, but the thing is that if they make him, because the thing is, okay, you can have overly powerful characters not being that good in Smash Brothers.
Oh, because, well, still, I just
think of Mewtwo. Mewtwo
just
is a
play Charizard.
Mewtwo is an ass. Is an ass in Pokemon. Like, he is super powerful.
Yeah,
He's one of the most powerful Pokemon in the whole game. You go up against a level 100 Mewtwo, you've got some serious work to do. You play against him in Smash. You know, a person who's proficient at using Mewtwo and a person who's proficient at using Sheik, he's going to get absolutely annihilated.
I still just don't really see Ridley as a character I'd want.
Like, I haven't actually played a lot of Metroid, but I know,
yeah,
I feel that, like, so many other, like, you have all of the villains and heroes from Mario series. You have the villains and heroes from the Kirby series.
Yeah, it's just
you have the villains and heroes.
The villains from Metroid are like Mother Brain, Ridley, Metroid Prime. Like, they're just like
you have Zero Suit Samus and Samus. But the thing is, Metroid is a really big series. It's a popular series, and it's bigger than Kirby. And even they have all their stuff up.
I mean, would you want a villain from F-Zero then?
You got two. Okay, to put it this way, you got Lucas and Ness from Earthbound, which was not even released in the US. I mean, like we're talking
Earthbound
about.
was, Mother wasn't, I think.
Sorry, Mother. Yeah, Mother
But
wasn't, and Earthbound was. But what I'm saying is that they're cult classics, but they're not big in the slightest.
Yeah.
And I think Ridley has more of a fan base, so I think
I don't know.
I think it's going to probably get voted quite highly. And then things like Isaac from Isaac or
Golden
Felix
Sun.
from Golden Sun, yeah.
I can see that. That fits.
Isaac, I'd love to see.
I don't see Ridley being good though.
Okay. I think I could see as a fast Charizard. I could see him being good.
Yeah, and then there was that thing about Phil Spencer saying that he sees no problem with Banjo going in.
Yeah, no, I saw that article.
Which is pretty interesting.
Banjo Kazooie going in. I mean, I'm still going to be holding the flag high for Crash, but that will never happen.
I'd love to see Banjo go into Smash.
Yeah, Banjo Kazooie would be awesome.
I don't think they'd give up Conquer because they're trying to use him as like a marketing tool for Project Spark.
Yeah, because they're bringing back Conquer, aren't they?
Just Project Spark. They're kind of using him in it. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Fine.
I think they're trying to milk him, really, to be honest.
So yeah, those are probably the biggest things in terms of the new announcements. We had some Fire Emblem announcements. There's a new Fire Emblem game that's going to be coming to 3DS.
There's is it Fire Emblem crossed with Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah.
Or is it something else?
No. It was Shin Megami Tensei crossed with crossed with Fire Emblem for the Wii U.
Okay. It was one of those JRPGs that I don't really play, but that's interesting for people who actually play those.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then
Fatal Frame for Wii U. That's just going to be scary as hell.
What? So yeah, I mean, like, what is Fatal Frame? So because I didn't actually.
My understanding is, like,
is it a full-out horror, like a proper horror?
Yeah, it's a horror game. Like, the only thing I know is the mechanic where like you look around through a camera, and you can see ghosts and stuff in the camera, but you can't see them otherwise.
Yeah.
And the idea with the Wii U, I believe, is you'd look around with the gamepad, and you'd see these like ghosts and crap on there. So you're just like looking around this room, on this gamepad, and then like there's a ghost in your face.
Oh shit! Because it's gonna be right. It's gonna be right there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be quite cool.
I see a lot of potential there. I think as soon as people showed the Wii U, a lot of people were saying Pokemon Snap and Fatal Frame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, okay, I know this is going to sound obvious, and probably people have already made this assumption before, but if they had something like having Five Nights at Freddy's on the eShop, how perfect would that be?
I wouldn't. I could see it, but
you bring this up, and then
instead of like opening the laptop and closing it, you just have your gamepad.
Yeah, you have your gamepad, and then when you put your gamepad back down again, then you can watch it on the screen and do the normal stuff, and then like looking around and everything, and then as soon as you bring this back up again, you're looking at the cameras. And it's got a gyro, so it's not like.
Yeah, you'd have to read when it's up and down, because in the game, like you use battery when it's open.
But the battery on the Wii U pad is about the same amount of time as the game.
Oh man, it's pretty true.
Yeah, so you just by the time that level's ended, you have to recharge.
As far as my understanding on that is, Nintendo wanted to make sure it was as light as possible. The gamepad. So apparently, their biggest worry was how heavy the thing was, not how huge the thing was.
They put in the amount of a AAA battery to slot in the back.
Yeah, there's room for like a bigger battery, and I think companies sell them. But yeah, I don't know.
What else did they announce? They
I,
announced.
I just try to avoid using the gamepad as much as possible.
I'm just looking through some of the bits and pieces that they're announced. Mario Kart Maker as confirmed for Mario's
Yeah.
30th anniversary, which looks pretty cool. Obviously you can find. Oh, by the way, I should say this a lot more often. You can find all these games via keeptracker.com. You search for these games' names like Mario Maker, Mario Kart 8 DLC, Fire Emblem. You'll find all these games on keeptracker.com, and you'll be able to track the games so that you don't miss the releases. Even if you track a game now and the Fire Emblem releases in like 2 years' time, we will be sending you a notification in 2 years' time so that you do not miss the game and you can just forget about it. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I think that is the main news from the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, before that direct, there was another one where they mentioned Nintendo or Zelda being delayed.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
Did we? I
Week,
don't recall actually speaking about it, but yeah.
I think so. Well, basically, if we haven't, you might as well just talk about it.
Apparently, they're going through a lot of new things with this one, like with the whole open world and like just massive scale of it.
It
That
looks beautiful.
they just feel they need more time to fully explore everything they can do with that.
Yeah. I mean,
I know when Nintendo releases their games, they tend to be good games, so I'm not too worried. They're kind of like Valve in that regard.
yeah. I mean, when I'm looking at I'm looking at the trailers. I'm just gonna.
In the trailer they had shown before with like riding around and showing how Epona avoids trees on her own. It looked really nice, but it looked really empty.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was. I mean, the thing is that with is this the trailer?
And I really don't want them just tossing out like random encounters like Pokemon. Like that's. I mean, they can have like enemies here and there.
I just hope they don't do the whole thing where they have. I don't know if you've played Tales of Symphonia, or Tales of the Abyss, or any of the Tales games. But basically, they have a system where you're on the open world, but you can see the creatures roaming around, and you sort of just want to. You want to avoid them. But like when I saw this, I'm currently watching the trailer now. I'll just send you the link.
Put it over the guys that aren't here. Jeez.
Huh? I know, I made it too big. Sorry.
Or make it bigger. Yeah.
There you go. And it's just absolutely gorgeous.
It is. It looks so pretty.
I can't stop watching it every single time. I just look at this trailer.
Yeah.
And I can see why they're going to delay it. Like, I don't even mind that they're delaying it for basically another year. They've said 2016. We don't know yet. It'll probably be like, we're probably thinking early March, like probably February, March 2016. Yeah. So that's something.
Oh, and that actual like slow down when you jump and stuff. That was such.
It's like it's just every single little detail, and like I love like it's like a new style as well.
Yeah.
It's like sort of midway between Wind Waker and I don't even know.
See, Skyward Sword was kind of between Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but this is kind of also between those, but in a different way.
More Wind Wakery because more brighter and
more Wind Waker HD.
Yeah.
It's like this is between Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess.
Yes. Definitely.
Whereas Skyward Sword was between Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
You're getting the gist of it for the most part. Yeah. So, cut a long story short, that game has now gone from being 2015 release to 2016 release. And so we were talking about this last week. Just it was quite obsessing. I'm wondering because remember we were talking about what will Nintendo do. and we're going through the
Yeah, because there's not
list.
really many games coming out.
No, there
There's
isn't.
a big gap.
There's Splatoon.
Yeah, unless they do something about Star Fox, and there was some kind of rumor that I saw about like Rareware making, or not Rare, Retro working on a new engine.
Making something?
What? Yeah, no, they're not making anything. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
well, no, all their developers aren't the same people, so I don't really care what they do anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was rumor that Retro Studios was doing some new engine, and no idea what it's for.
Sure.
So we'll see. I'm pretty confident it would not be another Donkey Kong. Back when they were doing Donkey Kong, they were given a choice: doing another Donkey Kong or doing another Metroid Prime. And they went with Donkey Kong because they didn't really do as well as they wanted with the previous one. They wanted to perfect that one.
Who did Tropical Freeze?
That was Retro.
That was Retro, okay.
And I think they feel they perfected it there.
I've really enjoyed the their recent creations.
Yeah.
I just want to see more of so basically when Tropical Freeze came out, when Kirby's Epic Yarn came out, these sort of games they seemed really childish, and they are, but they're so entertaining, and that's why people buy Nintendo consoles. They don't buy them for Fatal Frame will probably do very well, I'm sure, but we buy them so we can play these really super entertaining, lovable games.
Yeah. They don't have to be edgy murderfest games.
No,
there's a market for those. Yeah, that's great, but
that's why
not all games have to be that.
Exactly. That's why you buy. I mean, I was saying the other day to Chris, I'm just trying. The reason why I loved Golden Sun so much, and the reason why I loved, I loved Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins so much, is because it had some humor and color to it.
Yeah.
You look at Final Fantasy or a lot of these things, and they're so dark and grim and edgy, and it's just. It just ends up being boring.
Yeah. Although I do think that new Final Fantasy looks pretty nice. That looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. No, for sure. Although I was saying, actually, this is something I want to reach out to you guys. It's something it's been bugging me for a while. Is can you guys tell me? I've been looking on Google and whatever, and no one's been able to really give me an answer. Can anybody give me a game which is sort of similar style in terms of the battle mechanic to Golden Sun, so with summons and
I would not be able to tell you.
And turn-based, because I don't like action.
Persona, maybe? I don't know enough about
People have been saying some of the Final Fantasies, some Final Fantasy 15, 14, 13, and 12 I think are all action, and then 10 and 11 were turn-based or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, but basically, yeah. If you guys know any RPGs which are similar to Golden Sun, which I'll enjoy on PC, 3DS, PS4, whatever it is, please do tell me.
What's that Miyazaki style game?
Miyazaki style game?
Damn it! What's it called? That RPG?
Yeah, I think I remember. Is it about a cat?
Ni no Kuni.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game, as far as I know, it's sort of summonish, sort of Pokemon-ish, but they share health or something with you or something. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but...
Hey, well, I'll look it up.
Plus, it looks like it's got all the charm of a Miyazaki movie, so everyone loves that.
Yeah, games which are charming, I'm getting into as well. So with really really nice atmospheres, Ori and the Blind Forest. I'm looking forward to getting into and stuff like that. Another cool thing which I got really really excited about, I think a bit too excited, was that they are going to be debuting the Star Wars Battlefront trailer on April 17th. So that's under 2 weeks.
That's so soon.
I know. I'm really, really excited.
Yeah.
So that's going to look awesome. And if anybody hasn't seen any of the Star Wars Battlefront, there's one there's one sort of like snippet trailer that they did really like a long time ago. We're talking about I think a year and a half ago, maybe, or a year ago now, which was just literally showing off a snow. I don't even know what it was called, but basically they were going. It was like a snow speeder going up against some AT-ATs.
Yeah. It's like Hoth or something.
Yeah. And you just see it taking down an AT-AT. And oh my, it looks gorgeous. I cannot wait for that to come out. So that was pretty cool.
Hopefully they can do really well with that. What I want out of Battlefront is like Battlefront 1 had ground battles and stuff. 2 added like space battles and all that kind of stuff. But what I want is good blending between the two. Like in space battles, you could be on a ship, and you get into a ship, and you fly and attack their ship. But there's not really any more ground fighting in there.
I've only played Battlefront with the ground fighting in it. And when I played a game, I can't remember, I don't know if a lot of people knew about it or played it. I think it was pretty popular. But on PlayStation 2, so this is a while ago, there was Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, which was a brilliant game. In fact, I may still have it here.
Basically like Rogue Squadron, I assume.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember. Star Wars. No, I've got Star Wars.
But yeah, what I want out of Battlefront is
I've just got that. I can't find Racer Revenge.
Oh God!
But yeah, no, the Star Wars Jedi Starfighter was a brilliant. If they could recreate that but in HD, I would be happy. That was a brilliant like flight attack. What games are they called? Flight simulation? No.
Pretty much space simulator,
space simulator,
but like
fighter games. Yeah.
Space combat simulator, I guess you'd call it.
But if they could make a game like that, that would be amazing. So. Yeah. So.
Battlefront 2 was okay with space battles, but it wasn't amazing.
Did you play Jedi Starfighter?
No.
Okay. Like you could use the Force from inside your starship.
That's interesting.
So they had like 4 Force types that you could use. You could use like I think there was like a Force push, and then Jedi. Sorry, Karen. You were saying something before?
Not sure. Not really. Like in Battlefront 2, you like blow up a ship, and the ship kind of just like sinks a little bit and disappears.
Yeah.
Like it just you can't collide with it anymore. It just kind of sinks and disappears. Like it was just kind of, or it sinks and turns into like a broken ship or something.
Sure.
It just wasn't. I don't remember exactly how it did it, but it was pretty bad at how it did it.
Sure.
And I feel like with current gen stuff, they could do that a lot better. Like, one thing Battlefield did do pretty well, and that will translate well to Battlefront, I think, is destructible buildings and all that.
Sure.
I think that would translate pretty well to, like, ships actually being able to blow up and be a little more realistic.
I think having realistic gameplay in Star Wars is probably the next thing. I mean, like,
Star Wars itself is not really realistic at all. Like the space flight and all that, it's just like not even
close. No.
Okay,
I get that. I mean, like, if you want to go for something realistic, then you're going to be looking at playing. What's the new game that's just come out? Really, really big. Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, if that's what you're interested in, then go and play that. But
which looks like a pretty game.
It is a game that would actually make me, if I had the money right now, I would actually go out and get a $300 like set of like joysticks and like.
Oh yeah.
I'll have a proper setup for that. 3
Yeah.
screen monitors, everything. I would actually go
It's
out.
just
It's such a cool game.
That game lends well to like just having high-end graphics hardware.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I've seen some people. I don't know if you guys watch Linus Tech Tips. You should go ahead if you don't and subscribe to him. But basically, he's done a recent build where he's got a full. Basically, he's made a full cockpit, and it's a whole system frame that you can buy. That's already ready made, but you can have like basically 3 monitors around you, chair in a perfect position, joystick and I can't remember, thruster I guess, and what in the left hand, joystick in the right hand, and you can literally just feel like you're in a spaceship.
That's what I want with pod racing.
And then imagine that in first person wearing an Oculus.
Well, you don't need the screens if you have an Oculus.
Well, yeah, you ignore the screens at that point.
But yeah,
what I'm saying, if you have an Oculus,
that's pretty much the same thing as Eve Valkyrie.
Yes.
It's just, yeah, that's kind of what they're going for with the whole VR stuff.
Yeah, because you're sitting in place, so it's not like you're moving anyway.
They're pretty much building the whole game around VR as far as I've seen. Like, you can look around and see the cockpit and stuff and look around and space around you and go into battle.
Exactly. It's perfect. And the thing is, if you get the right seat as well, then that will be restricted as well anyway.
Yeah. It seems more combat focused than Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
I think. But both look very nice.
Eve Valkyrie's had a lot more time to develop, because they've had like iterations.
They've had Eve.
Yeah, they've had Eve, which was a big project.
Yeah. I just want to know if they're going to link together properly or something. Like, I know they'll try, but
sure.
Like, I know Eve has some pretty damn cool, like, huge space battles, but if Valkyrie is like part of those space battles, that would be really cool. Like, if the people in the little ships are actual people, players, that would be amazing.
Well, that's something that still blows my mind about Battlefield and in terms of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 and stuff. When you play online, like, you will be in the middle of some huge war, where you've got like fighter planes going across, tanks on the floor, and like people running around below you. And you know that every single person that's running, everything that's moving, is a person who's playing somewhere in the world.
Yeah,
that is insane, you know. And you got proper teams who are like properly coordinating different strategies and stuff.
Sometimes, most of the time, your team is all terrible except for you.
So true.
I don't know. Maybe that means you're also terrible, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, because they just tend to be aimless, don't they? They just tend to just go ahead and fight. Yeah. And for the sake of fighting.
Pretty much.
You know, stupid things where people are jumping out of airplanes, sniping each other in the head, and jumping back into the airplane again. Just...
Man, that's all I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a boss. Right, what else have we got going that has happened this week? So you've got Assassin's Creed Chronicles. Yeah, what the hell are Ubisoft doing? Honestly,
I think they're making way too many of those games. I think they should, if they want to make those games still, just like, I don't know, take the time and make a few really good ones. Just make them more rich instead of just pumping them out.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so this is getting ridiculous, because basically before they were doing Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, I can't remember the other one, then Assassin's Creed 3, then Black Flag,
yeah,
and then Assassin's Creed 4, or was 4
maybe?
Black Flag,
I don't know.
And then they then something, and then Unity and Rogue at the same time. And now they're doing Chronicles, that's 3 at the same time. But they're not releasing them at the same time, they're just 3 that are all called Assassin's Creed Chronicles, and then it'll be called Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, and Assassin's Creed... What are you... What? I just don't understand what they're... I just don't understand their... What they're trying to achieve here.
It's just way too much of something. Like, they need to slow down.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Slow down and focus on what they want to do.
Well, the thing is that what's going to happen is what happened with Call of Duty, where they will still see sales, sure, but people won't. The sales will slow down for one, and people would just stop caring.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Call of Duty managed to revive themselves somewhat in the last one with Advanced Warfare, which really helped them because it brought some quality back into the game again, and some drive for gamers to come back into it. But with this, it just feels just so forced. It feels so forced.
Yeah.
And one thing I would say is just from playing some of the more recent, because I managed to get a try on Unity and stuff, and I recently just completed Shadow of Mordor, and to say that Shadow of Mordor is a better Assassin's Creed than Assassin's Creed is not something I should be allowed to say, but it can be said now.
But it's pretty fair to say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I feel like if Assassin's Creed slowed down and focused on making one very good game at a time, they'd be making much better games.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the nature of publishers these days to just want to pump out more and more of one thing. I feel like apps are a big part of that.
Well, it feels like EA have sort of, at least it feels, I want to believe that they're starting to learn their lesson.
Maybe. And I think Ubisoft is
taking the limelight.
I don't know. They're just going the wrong way. Yeah, they're on the tail end of EA right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're on the tail end of EA anymore. Ubisoft have been going strong as the idiots of the industry for the last a year or so now. EA's reign of being the fools of the industry has stopped somewhat, and I think they've had a lot of changes. I'm looking forward to Battlefront, which is an EA game, EA published game, I should say, run by DICE.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to that. I just think Ubisoft, they have brought out so many brilliant IPs recently.
I think a lot of these games are just too afraid to do delays.
Yeah.
There's room for delays. Obviously delaying way too much is not good for customers, but some room for delays is okay.
When you have a game Rockstar have it. Is it Rockstar who make GTA?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Rockstar. Yeah, Rockstar have got it made. They understand that GTA is one of the most anticipated games of all time. Sure, the PS4 and the Xbox One and other versions have all been released, and PC users are still waiting. But that's the key thing. They're still waiting. They don't mind to wait because it is such a brilliantly made game. I haven't played it. I'm going to be buying it soon.
Which is coming out soon too, as well.
But they've been delaying that for forever. Zelda, I mean, it's a heavily awaited game, and it's upset a lot of people to hear that it's going to be postponed. But they will wait because they know if suddenly Ubisoft turned around and said, "Look, we're going to be frank. This Assassin's Creed is not as good as it could be. We're going to go back, take our time, and make one game which is going to blow your mind." They would do the same thing as what Rockstar just managed to do, which is make $1 billion in 3 days.
Yeah, and then maybe they'd be able to fit more NPCs in there. Maybe they'd be able to get them to not disappear when they're too far away and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of bugs in Unity, and that just really goes to show they need to be focusing on fewer games, fewer better games.
Well, that was the biggest problem about Unity. Everyone was just sick to death with the fact that they just bought a game for full price, which has got more bugs in it than a Slum. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's... I don't know. I should make that into a t-shirt. Unity, more bugs than a Slum. But yeah, no, I just don't even understand it. I think people would respect them more if they delayed it as
I
well.
agree.
And I think respect in this industry is something that I think it can actually, in the end, earn you more money. And because in the end, they're businesses. I'm not going to ever take that away from them or deny that.
And just stop saying that you're doing 30 FPS on purpose.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Stop. You're not doing that on purpose. You tried 60, you couldn't do it.
I mean, it's like saying, "Oh, I've got a Ferrari, which is, I've got a Ferrari, but it's 20 years old. I can only run it at 60 miles an hour." No, you tried running at 120 miles an hour, and the engine got ripped out. So, I mean, like that's what happened here. So just don't lie to us. We know what's happened.
Yeah, it's just tiresome when you know what's going on. Like it's just.
Yeah, it's basically it's enough of the lies. We can see straight through it.
Yeah.
And even if it is true, we don't care.
If that's true, then like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it's not.
The standard has been 1080p 60 frames per second for half a decade now. You know.
Yeah, at least on like PC.
Yeah, and next generations, if you can't keep up with that, then well, tough. I mean, the Wii U, you might make fun of it for being a child's, console.
At least they get their 60 FPS.
They get a 60 FPS 1080p games.
Yeah.
Screw you, PS4 and Xbox. At least they're getting like really good quality, picture. And some people will argue it's not all about graphics, but if it's next gen, then it shouldn't even have to be about graphics. It should just be a standard. That's what a standard is. You shouldn't have to worry about that sort of thing. Anyway, I think that's probably all the time we've got. Everything we've got time for today, because I'm gonna have to get going.
Yeah.
But just to make this quick, we're moving our streams. I should probably say at the beginning, but we're moving our streams to Sundays because we have more time on Sundays, and it means we don't have to do it at like really, really late at night. I'm sorry I haven't got my light on at the moment, which is the reason why I'm really, really dark. It was brighter earlier. But we're doing our things on Sundays from now on. We all have more time on Sundays, so we'll be doing it on Sundays and uploading them on Mondays. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, or if you think it sucked and you wanted to tell us, then leave a thumbs down, and please give us a comment down below. Can you what? I can't. My brain's fried. You can go to www.keeptracker.com to go and find all your latest video games and releases, and discover more video games in your own time. You can check out our Facebook and Twitter down below, and you can probably subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe to us on Twitch, do all that stuff.
Well, we don't have a subscriber on Twitch, but you can follow on Twitch.
Can you? Okay. Right, I've not been on Twitch for very long, so you listen to that guy below me.
Yeah. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.
See ya.